This is Past the Rock. Recording live from count them, 3 locations. This is Past the Rock. I am Patrick. And as always, I'm joined by 2 great men. Caesar, aka LCs.
Guys, I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. They finally killed the boogeyman, and his name is Kevin Batulo.
And Jacob, aka Bethke.
And I feel like at this point, I'm not going to enter the transfer portal, but we're going to let my agent know. We're not sure what we might evaluate the draft.
You're looking for other YouTube channels with about 40 followers.
We've got some conspiracy theorists that are interested. There's all kinds of dynamics out there. You've got a Paul McCartney fan page, talking about nothing but how cute Paul is.
What about Mike McCarthy fan page?
There's a niche.
Oh, the Mike McCarthy. Let's get in the football barn. Let's get to the football barn because really this week is almost entirely going to be football. We'll have a little bit.
Coaches.
We'll have a little bit of hoops.
The coaching transfer portal.
Coaching transfer portal. The NFL has that, and this year might be the most egregious of all years of coaches just going to a different team, shifting gears.
Owners joking about trading in between rivals head coaches.
Look, that's a whole other thing. I haven't watched the full Ravens owners press conference, but it looks like we finally got someone fun in the NFL. Jerry's like kind of fun, but it's old hat.
I think Jerry entertains the shit out of himself.
Yes. Himself and Brad Sham and probably some of the other reporters around there.
Yeah.
But without further ado, let's get into what happened this week in the National Football League in Seasball. It's Seasball. CTE ball. Seasball. I did think about just hooking up the guitar, just doing
let's get a little song going.
Terrible riffs for that, but we didn't do it this week.
If you can make a banjo noise or banjo like little song intro for that would be great, I think. Yeah, a lot has happened, guys, since we last recorded. First things first, before we get into what happened during the playoffs, you guys were mentioning it with coaches, right? The biggest coaching news after we recorded Wednesday night, a few days passed by, and what happened? Mike Tomlin stepped down from his Steelers head coaching position, and after reading some comments from, I believe it's owner, not Dan Rooney's, not his name. Great, I just had his name over here. One of the Rooneys.
The Maras or the
Rooney's?
Rooneys?
Yeah, Art Rooney the second.
Rooney's, yeah.
The Rooneys. The Rooneys own the Steelers. Maras are part of the Giants.
Not Mickey Rooney.
So after reading what he said, no, not Mickey Rooney.
Art Rooney made a
very
tattoo. Oh wait, those are the same family. Sorry.
Both.
Technically both.
Yeah, but he made a very specific comment in his interview. Now, one thing that was speculated on this, stepping down, was that he was either given the option to step away and keep his dignity or get fired. But reading on some comments that were made by Rooney, Mike Tomlin came into his office and said he was resigning in a brief meeting late Tuesday morning to inform him of his decision for his future.
All right.
And on top of that, something else that's interesting is that he does not believe Mike Tomlin will be coaching this upcoming season.
Yeah, I mean,
no.
Check it out.
So let's just talk about some things.
It'd be wild for him to just immediately go to another team.
Let's just talk about some things.
Oh, for sure.
When the year Mike Tomlin was hired, the first iPhone came out.
I was like, how old were we?
The final Harry Potter book was released. The beginning of the recession.
Snape kills Dumbledore.
Nancy Pelosi is the first U.S. House Speaker, a female.
Oh, that's
tech shooting.
That's got to be pre-breast augmentation.
This one's pretty tough. Hamas took over Gaza. Sopranos finale.
Don't
And-
stop believing.
The biggest movies on the planet were 300 and Transformers.
Disgusting.
This is the year 2007.
Which was a great year for music. but
crazy.
Apparently, a
And you know
terrible
what?
year for Hollywood.
A lot of crazy shit going on. There might have been better movies. That was just
what was
the two that AI populated because they're probably the most expensive or
The highest
paid the most.
grossing, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Some other
300
information
sucks. I
about
said
this.
it.
Aaron Rodgers hadn't
I don't think
started
that's
a
a hot
game
take.
yet when Mike Tomlin got the job in Pittsburgh.
Damn.
What is it, like Tommy Maddox? Who's the
I don't know if you
quarterback?
guys got that.
He hadn't started the game yet.
Who? Tommy? No, Tommy
Well, no,
Maddox
because
is way
Aaron
above.
Rodgers hadn't started a game for the Green Bay Packers
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah, that's fair. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's true, right?
Tommy Maddox is also a Pittsburgh Steeler.
Well, yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I'm trying
but
to say.
I'm saying
Who
Aaron
was
Rodgers
their
hadn't started for the
quarterback?
Green Bay
The
Packers yet.
quarterback was Big Ben. Big Ben wins in 05 with old boy, and then
Who was
Oh,
the
you're
quarterback?
right.
You mean Brett
You're right.
Favre?
You're right. Yeah.
yeah, and then Favre was.
Or-
You're talking about Green Bay, but he's talking about Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to take some ties, like how long time has passed
No, I
since
got you,
Mike
I
Tomlin
got
been
you.
Yeah, I
hired.
mean that would have been the
Higher.
first McCarthy
Now-
year, right?
This now, I believe so.
No,
yes.
no, it should have been.
And not just that. Oh no.
Well,
McCarthy
McCarthy might
was
have
there
been
in
05.
2006, was he not?
Yeah, McCarthy might have been 05 higher for the Packers
Somewhere.
because Mike
Yeah,
Sherman
yeah.
coached in Aggie land for quite a
But
bit.
either way, just for a bit. But outside of that, guys, do you guys know who now is the most tenured head coach in the NFL with the departures of John Harbaugh and now Mike Tomlin?
Wait,
take a guess.
wait. Give me a second.
Not my guy.
Andy Reid.
Yeah, I guess Andy Reid and then McVay.
Andy Reid and McVay. That is correct. Which is crazy to me that McVay is the second most tenured head coach in the NFL now. But yeah, man.
His
I was-
whole
I
come
was
to rise was
surprised.
like
I think
18,
this-
19.
Okay.
Who? Reid? Or
Yeah, was
McVay?
it-
McVay?
no,
McVay
McVay.
started in 2017.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, McVay was 2017. Yeah. So I was caught by surprise. I don't know that Mike Tomlin stepped down. It was always a possibility. I think it was always time for them to move on. You can only be in this like weird purgatory of like, well, you're good enough to not suck, but you're not good enough to actually compete for Super Bowls or deep playoff runs. You look at that roster top to bottom. Yeah, that offense is kind of like uninspired, and you look at the defense, very expensive, and just kind of seems to crumble in the playoffs. And yeah, it was just time. Like I think Mike Tomlin is like the last of a dying breed of types of coaches, where it's just I'm gonna do things my way, X's and O's, X's and schmoes, just line up and play, and I'm not gonna change a damn thing. And you saw that the floor was raised with him, but the ceiling, after his early stint in the in his coaching career, just kept just coming down and down and down, and you couldn't break through.
He gave us some great moments
So,
though. As fans.
I think
Like,
the next
we don't
plan
we
for
don't
Mike
care
Tomlin
thing.
should be joining the media, though. Yeah,
Yeah, he could be. He could. I don't know.
What?
His media stuff is always just very militant. He's just like all of his interviews are just very matter of fact.
I don't know. He has some great quotes sometimes, though. Sometimes
Uh,
he has some good sound bites in
The
there.
"We Don't Care" was great. I mean, the "We Don't Care" will live on in infamy. But we do not care. We do not care.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's going to be interesting because the Pittsburgh Steelers, they're now going to be on the search for their fourth head coach since the moon landing.
That's fun.
Impressive. Bill Cowher really held that shit down.
Just to
for
put
a
in
while,
perspective.
too. Yeah. No, Brian Flores got to be the
Yeah, Chuck
the lead
Noll,
candidate,
Bill
right?
Cowher, Mike Tomlin. I think that he would be a picture-perfect fit for them. I don't know what they're going to do, though, because you look at that team and you're like, all right, yeah, they've kind of been known for defense for a long time, but that offense has been just so bad, mediocre. They haven't been able to find an answer since Ben Roethlisberger was, their starting quarterback. And yet they've managed to make do, but you can't really compete in this league without somebody who you can at least win with. And they haven't even had that. Like, they try to do that with Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Rodgers, you bring him onto your team. You're also bringing the Aaron Rodgers offense, and that offense is stuck in 2011, and we're in 2026. All right. The guy wants his guys in there. He wants to play a very certain type of football. And if it's not done his way, then he's just going to be discontent. And listen, Aaron Rodgers, I also think it's time for him to step away because I think the game is passing him by personally because he won't adjust to new offenses and new ideas. So it'll be interesting to see what the fallout is of that. Brian Flores, though, I'm all for that. Wait, what?
So he's such a deep thinker, though. Why wouldn't Aaron Rodgers change his mind?
What'd you say?
Like, what, you don't think that a little peyote or a little, a little that good?
I don't know, man.
Mr. T?
Maybe. Well, it depends. We'll see. I mean, I don't know. But you know what? We did see with Phillip Rivers coming back. There's always a possibility Aaron Rodgers comes back.
No, what Phillip Rivers and the
Colts
did this year is trifling on so many levels. I appreciate it, but it's so stupid.
Hey, well, maybe Aaron Rodgers wants to do the same thing. He's like, you know what? I don't mind getting some more free health insurance and my pension locked in a little bit more. But yeah, anyway, Mike Tomlin gone. You know who else is gone? I mentioned it at the top of the program here. Oh, so good. He's dead now. He's dead to me. He's been dead, but now he's actually dead. Not real life dead, just career-wise. Kevin Patullo finally gone. The Philadelphia Eagles have removed him from his offensive coordinator position, which is a weird way for me to phrase it because you'd think, oh, he's fired. Well, there's talks that he may be reassigned to a different position in the coaching staff. I want that gone permanently, though.
That's awesome.
Apparently,
I love the way the Eagles are moving now.
There are some. Yeah, because apparently there's been there's some rumors out there in the Eagles media sphere that a lot of the leaks of complaints about the offense from the coaches to the players was coming from Kevin Patullo himself, right? Apparently discontent that he's not getting enough credit for his red zone packages, which I'm like, hey, buddy, cool. Guess what? You still don't know how to call plays down to down, series to series. All right.
It's really
blaming
tough
Jalen Hurts, which
really
listen,
tough to draw
Jalen
push and hand the ball to Saquon Barkley. What a mastermind.
Yeah, apparently, and let's not forget
for AJ Brown in there every 10 plays.
Go routes, deep passing, like just go balls to AJ Brown, and then double slants inside, or hitches, or all slants. Like this guy is a fucking idiot as a play designer, and it's just so funny that they want to keep him on staff. I'm like, no,
have respect.
Toss his ass to the curb, have him flip burgers.
Well, he's still a coach. He's not still a play caller. I think that one. No.
He shouldn't be a coach. He needs to be out. He needs to be out somewhere.
He just
go be a janitor. I think you'll be a great janitor.
Caesar, what if he just wants to learn and develop?
He's been coaching in the NFL for 16 years. No,
probably no. He's
he can develop these nuts.
He might be an incredible evaluator of talent, and he's just terrible at calling plays. So maybe he
bullshit.
I think there's a lot of ways to look at this.
He has no strengths as a coach.
Maybe all right. He'll revitalize himself.
I just want you to know this. Some of the leaks out there. Yeah, some of the rumors out there are he's the one throwing Jalen Hurts on the bus. I'm like, you mean the guy who took you to 2 Super Bowls and was the best player on the field both times? He's the reason your offense sucks, and it's not you who sucks? Brother, please go just fuck yourself. But yeah, I'm very excited that he's gone, at least from a play calling standpoint. I'll be interested to see if they keep him.
Wait, can I get a quick power ranking?
then that just means it's a matter of time before Nick Sirianni is also of what?
Yeah. Power ranking.
What am I power ranking?
Of most like hated Eagles coaches. Okay, so I'm going to give you the 5. You get Chip Kelly, you get Jonathan Gannon, you get this guy. Who's the other one they used to hate a lot? There was a defensive coordinator there somewhere, right? Fuck. No, that was Gannon. Fuck.
Gannon, yeah.
Sirianni, we'll let him count.
Sean McDermott was thrown. Gannon too, but once you said defensive coordinator, I was like, well, yeah, there was a time where Sean McDermott was hated.
Bro.
Who's talking to their AI over there?
Bro, Siri keeps fucking populating.
So am I ranking? I'm ranking these coaches that I.
Yeah, just who is it? Chip Kelly or is it Jonathan Gannon or is it this guy?
So what am I ranking again?
Okay, I'm gonna pause this real quick. Technical difficulties, but I believe we are back, and it's now time for C's to hate rank Eagles coaches.
All right, number 1, and I will fight this man in anywhere in America. Chip Kelly, fuck you. I hope you fail each and every single stop of the way. I hope you lose all your money because I know you've been paid a bunch of it. You'll land on your feet because someone's like, oh, it's Chip Kelly. And then I hope you lose that bag again. He can go fuck himself. All right. Next up. All right. You this one might surprise you. And so some people, they may think it's a recency bias, but no, there is no recency bias because I've been keeping an eye on this motherfucker for so long because of his title. Okay. Passing game coordinator. Number 2, it's Kevin Patullo. All right. Now, I hate him because he's incompetent.
More like
he is
Kevin
incompetent.
Patootie.
He shouldn't be. He is somebody who should be like a quality control coach. And because he's just boys with Nick Sirianni, he's just been promoted to spots that he has no skill or knowledge that warrants him being in those spots. Okay.
Kevin put the tablet down.
Yeah. Apparently, people really like him. Players like him. I'm like, you can be likable.
Which can't
that
call
doesn't
plays.
mean. But if you're going to be incompetent, I need you in a position of zero consequence. I need you to have the least amount of say out of anybody. Matter of fact, just go somewhere else. Go be a cheerleader. Go be a cheerleader of some sort. Kevin Patullo. All right.
Kevin, vibe captain.
They don't get paid very well.
Well, he doesn't deserve to get paid very well either. Okay. Now, 3rd is Gannon. Now, Gannon I hate for 2 very specific reasons.
He stole the Triforce.
No, not the Triforce. Listen. Gannon, the number 1 reason that I hate Gannon is because he kept us from getting Vic Fangio the first time. All right. So he was entertaining the Arizona Cardinals in secret when all he had to do was just be upfront and be like, hey, I think I'm going to take this job. And yeah, if the Eagles just knew ahead of time, we would have had Vic Fangio, and 2023 plays a little differently than it did. Okay. And then, of course, secondly, his lack of a change-up as a defensive coordinator cost us the Super Bowl. Right. And then, of course, probably, having all his attention focused on that Arizona Cardinals job. But we got that Super Bowl. It takes a bit of the sting off, and you might wonder, well, you could apply that logic to Patullo. No, Patullo is too incompetent to be given any sort of grace. Fuck that guy. Okay. Now, in my honorable or my dishonorable mentions, dishonorable mentions for coaches that I did not care for. Press Taylor, offensive coordinator under the Doug Peterson era, when Doug Peterson was kind of forced to relinquish his play calling duties, did not care for him whatsoever.
It made you depressed?
Yeah, it made me depressed. And then in the 5th spot, Sean McDermott. Now, Sean McDermott did eventually become a very good defensive-minded head coach, but when he became a defensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles, my God, it was
This
rough.
is the job that got him the job in Buffalo, no?
Right.
This is the job that got him the job in Carolina that eventually gave him the job in Buffalo.
I got you.
Yes.
Got you.
Now, there was,
Where
I
does
believe
Al-Qaeda
his,
fit in?
I believe there was a coach that we had. His name is Juan Castillo. Now, he was also a horrible defensive coordinator, but it is not his fault. They made him that he was tasked from being the O-line coach and the D coordinator because he was a linebacker in his playing days. And I'm like, no, but that was an Andy Reid decision, and I can't hate him for that. Okay, so those are my just top 5 or bottom 5, however you want to phrase that. But anyway,
Nice.
back to the discussions that we were having beforehand, gentlemen. Because again, we have some news that we're talking about. Yeah.
Who else is fired? Sees.
Who else is fired? No one yet
Oh.
that we know of.
We caught up on Harbaugh already.
We're caught up on Harbaugh. I mean, the staff for
McDaniel?
Harbaugh has not. I mean, McDaniel. I mean, we knew about McDaniel being fired. We talked about that last
I
week.
think we heavily speculated, as everyone else was.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember him being officially fired. but
No, he was officially fired. Like when we got on here last week. So.
Okay.
Yeah. That leaves nine NFL job openings, and I would say only about 2, maybe 3 of those are actually desirable. So if I had to rank which one is the top 3, like you're a coach that's in the market, you want these
Jets.
spots? Definitely not. Definitely not.
Raiders.
No, listen. If you want free money, sure, right? Now, if you want success tied to your name, this is what you want. The number 1 most attractive job is you want a place that has a franchise quarterback intact, and that's the Baltimore Ravens. All right, you get a chance to coach Lamar Jackson, 2-time MVP. That's hard to pass up. You're in a mostly stable organization, right? With the Baltimore Ravens, Steve Buscemi, and then I already forgot their GM's name, but he's been solid for the most part. Although not
Ozzy is it still Ozzy? What's his
Ozzy's
name?
retired a long time ago. Ozzy
Okay.
Newsome,
I
yeah.
think Ozzie Newsome might have already passed as well. Right?
I don't remember if he had passed away or not. But Baltimore should be the number 1 landing spot for any of these coaches that want to win immediately, right? The next one, it's not Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh doesn't have any answers at quarterback. They have a very expensive defense and a very mediocre set of weapons on offense. My number 2, and it's against my better judgment, but I think the number 2 spot is actually the Atlanta Falcons. Because you look at the offense, you have everything at skill position that you could want.
Kirk Cousins.
All right, you have a good wide receiver in Drake London. You have some complementary pieces around him. Kyle Pitts had a breakout year. Of course, you have Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier as their power back. The offensive line isn't great, but it's not the worst thing ever. Yes, you do need a quarterback there. Michael Penix is basically Mr. Glass.
I heard
And then
Aaron
Kirk
Rodgers is
Cousins
available.
Sucks? No, fuck that. No, that's terrible.
Complete
Terrible.
the full
Oh.
Favre cycle.
What about
Oh my
Drew Allar?
Well, no, because he'd still need to go to Minnesota to complete that cycle.
No, he needs to bookend it properly. It's good. Go to Atlanta where
Mhm.
Favre started.
I guess if you want.
What about
if you want to do that.
Trinidad Chambliss?
Dude, I would love that for them actually, but if you
Saints.
he's
He's got to be. the
listen.
Saints
I would
QB.
like Trinidad Chambliss, but Chambliss has from after watching that performance against Miami, he has some very distinct weaknesses, and you need to pair him with the right coach. And I have some suggestions for the Falcons, whether they
Kellen
want that.
Moore.
No. Although
No
Kellen Moore
identity.
did surprisingly do a good job with the Saints to end the year. Like you can make fun of Kellen Moore all you want, and I'm more than happy to. But he did a really good job with the limited amount of resources he has in New Orleans. No, I think actually a good inspired decision would be to take Mike McDaniel and just have him be your head coach because that offense would explode. All right, and he already has experience with short quarterbacks. They have some limitations. Chambliss doesn't have physical limitations. I just think he just needs a lot of seasoning, right? And so he might have to sit a year or two
Diego Pavi.
And they don't even have a first-round draft pick in Atlanta, so it doesn't really matter because Chambliss is probably going in the first round. And then the third one would be the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? You're going into a situation where it's going to be stable. Your expectations are, hey, can you go 9-8? Yeah, cool. That should probably get us into the playoffs. And obviously, I think the worst situation in the league is the Raiders. You have nothing. You
got
have
the first pick in the draft.
I would
You're
go
the
with
first pick in the
Jets.
draft.
I feel
and
like you can make believe Raiders.
Yeah, the problem. Yeah,
work.
the problem with the Jets is the ownership, whereas the Raiders will let you do whatever you want. You're just
Well, the Jets is number 2 in my opinion, but the Jets are also just not available right now because Aaron Glenn is still the head coach there.
yeah.
So,
I honestly thought Aaron Glenn was fired.
Now, I think the next worst job is probably Arizona. That's just a cursed franchise.
Might be the
After
worst.
that,
Just
you
because
probably
of
have the
that.
Titans.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with and let's see, the Dolphins I think is a middling job, and then what else do we have? We have the Titans. Have we gone? So that's 6, 8. There's the 9th one? What's the 9th one? Who else fired it? Oh, the Giants. Yeah, but like as much as I begrudgingly don't want to give them any credit, they
They're
have
definitely
talent on that roster. They just can't put it together because they're run by an incompetent GM. And their ownership group sucks. So
they're getting Harbaugh for sure.
Harbaugh would be the best decision for them.
McCarthy or Harbaugh.
McCarthy's
I can see
interesting.
them-
I feel like
I could
McCarthy's
see
going to
them
keep.
being talked into Raheem Morris, but I don't think they'll do
I
it.
feel like McCarthy's going to keep getting passed on.
Maybe.
McCarthy. Yeah,
It's tough. The Giants seem like an organization that would value hiring someone who has a ring at this point.
they want somebody who can raise the floor for sure. At this point, I think they're anything to keep them out of just being in hell, which is always picking in the top 6. It feels like they
Now
wouldn't
the
be picking in the
Eagles
top
have
6 if they
back the NFC East. They can't just be like, "Oh, it's a lottery every year."
Yeah, they definitely can't now.
Everyone's favorite bit's over. Now we have to know it's a new world.
They
Yep.
also have as many rings as anyone else in that time, but
Technically speaking, yes.
literally speaking,
Literally speaking, yes. But yeah, man. Listen, they're still a poorly ran organization, and they're a middling job. They're somewhere in the middle. Like there's better rosters that you could have, better situations, better divisions that you can be in. I mean, why not go coach the Falcons in the South? Like that is a very winnable division. Like I don't know, you get to choose the AFC North. They were all like the most tenured head coach in the AFC North is Zach Taylor. Like who's
I guess
not
my
very good.
reasoning would be Baltimore and New York are geographically very conveniently near each other.
And that as well.
but New York
but yeah,
is New York, and that carries a whole.
Yeah,
Thing
it
with
carries a paycheck and a lot of annoying people, and then if it doesn't work, you just go back to be more.
No, you can just go somewhere. Well, I think
Not like to the team. You go back to be more, and you be more than a football coach with your life.
Fair enough. All right, and then moving off of the coach talk though, there is something that is going to change the entire structure of the first round of the NFL draft, specifically the top 10, and that is that there's one less quarterback for these teams to choose from. Dante Moore has opted against going to the draft and is returning to the Oregon Ducks. That's going to be a very interesting situation that I'm sure we can talk about when we get to the college portion of the show. How that's going to look like, especially with Dylan Raiola being there.
Well, Raiola is going to redshirt.
Maybe, although Dylan Raiola technically has more starts in college than Dante Moore. Like that,
I don't think
I believe that is factually correct.
I don't think there's going to be a competition, but it could. It could.
They could. I mean,
It could be a wild
You look
situation
at-
to see Dante Moore go from potential first round lock to losing his job to Dylan Raiola, but I suppose stranger things have happened.
yeah. No, if you look at this just based on attempts for their careers, Dylan Raiola has 660 passing attempts, I think. Yes, and then Dante Moore has 633. But he's done in fewer starts, I believe. Yeah. Yeah. They might actually be equal in games played, actually. Now that I think about it, Dante Moore has been around a year longer because he was at UCLA, had a red shirt at Oregon of sorts, and then, of course, started this season. I am surprised, but not really. Like, the kid definitely said he did not want to be a Jet, and he stuck to it. He's like, I'm
Fair.
probably not going to go first overall, and I don't want to go to the Jets, so fuck it. And I don't blame him. Now, there's some people who are like, he's turning away a guaranteed $50 million. I'm like, listen, yes, he is walking away from some big money. He's also deciding to keep his mental health. He values that more than being a Jet.
And he's also not making nothing.
He's not making nothing. However, he is taking a risk because what we've seen historically is these guys who are kind of lauded, these younger guys, these young QBs who aren't super proven, when they decide, you know what, I'm going to come back for another year, and they come out the next year, they definitely do see their draft stock go down because now there's more tape, and they didn't strike when the iron's hot. I think one of the things that will save Dante Moore in this situation is that Oregon is just constantly loaded with talent, and they have the biggest branding giant in sports backing them up with NIL money. So they're always going to just be heavily stocked in talent, I think. So Dante Moore, as long as he avoids any serious injury, should return to being a top 10 draft prospect next season. And it's not like there's a huge anticipatory QB class next year either that we know of, right? I like Lenore Sellers maybe, and then Arch Manning. If Arch Manning can fix his throwing motion and whatever the hell was going on with his shoulder, and then that's it. Like those are probably gonna be the two other big names. And we saw Lenore Sellers take a step back this year, and then we saw Arch Manning kind of just be up and down. So there's a chance. There's a real chance that Dante Moore could still compete for the number 1 overall pick next year. And yeah, that kind of does it for the news and notes, fellas. I think it's time we talk some wild card weekend. It did not go in my favor, that's for fucking sure. But before we get into the Eagles shitting the bed, right? Let's talk about all the other games that were played during wild card weekend. We're gonna start with the first game of the weekend, which I believe was Panthers-Rams. Panthers-Rams might have been one of the better games of the weekend. Okay, because 34-31, the Panthers showed out. Like, they were 10.5 point underdogs going into the game, if I'm not mistaken. And, they kept up for the most part. They were neck and neck with the Rams throughout the entirety of that game. But you saw where the playoff experience definitely helped the Rams far more than I think it would have helped them against any other opponent. The Panthers came in there. They struggled to move the ball, but they were able to still put points on the board. A good showing from them. A great game. Like, just absolutely down to the wire type of a performance. However, the Rams were not going to be denied on this day. Going on to the rest of that weekend, though, guys, did you have anything you want to say from that game? Did y'all even watch the game? I don't blame you if you didn't, because I think everybody thought this one was going to be very lopsided.
Puka Nacua said it was hateful, so I'm boycotting the NFL.
All right, fair enough. Until draft time.
I said he's hateful.
Oh, he's hateful. Got you.
Yeah, he was hateful.
He is a little hateful, He's hateful towards education.
No, I don't have much on Rams. Panthers, it pretty much went kind of the way I thought it would. So
fair enough. I think the game right after that was Bears-Packers? Yeah,
That's
Bears-Packers.
Packers?
Yeah. Now that game, oh my goodness. That had to be. Bethke, did you give this game a hate watch at all?
No, because fuck the Packers. They should lose in silence in their meaningless existence.
All right. Well, you did miss a hell of a meltdown by the Packers. So
No, I personally was melting down a little bit looking at the score not being the way I wanted. But I was like, hey, it's the Bears. I knew they were going to get this done. And then all of a sudden I look back and they fucking won it. Excellent.
What is with this bad laugh track? Oh my god. But yeah, man, no. A 25-point fourth quarter by the Chicago Bears, absolutely ripping the hearts out of the Green Bay Packers. Listen, I thought it was gonna be a rough one. The way that it was going, like, all right, the Packers are winning this. I wanted part of me wanted the Packers to win because in my head I thought the Eagles would take care of business at home. And they're like, all right, they'll have 2 home games. They wouldn't have to travel to Chicago, who just tore them up.
Business.
And the Green Bay Packers couldn't take care of business. All right, they blew it. Their defense blew it. Their offense blew it.
No,
and Ben Johnson said, "Fuck the Packers." Is there anybody who's pandering more just gracefully than Ben Johnson?
To all of
right
us,
now?
really. To all of us.
Yes. For Packer haters and Chicago Bears fans, this was the most home run hire of last hiring cycle. He's ingratiated himself with Bears fans. He's definitely making an enemy out of Packer fans. I think that's exactly.
They enjoy their wild card win. What a huge accomplishment!
Hey man, that's more than they've had in a long time. So Bears fans, congratulations! I will now be rooting for you in the next round because fuck the 49ers. Fuck the Rams. Okay. I hope you represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. You won't, but it'd be nice. But yeah, after
could happen.
That defense is too shaky.
They're alive, so it could happen.
They are alive, and they do have a home game against the Rams at Soldier Field. It's going to be cold. Who knows how those LA players will do? Well, we saw how the LA team did in the snow against Philly. They didn't seem that affected by it, so they'll probably be ready to play. Next game, in the order of how things went, I believe it was Jags and Bills, if I'm not mistaken.
Sunday morning.
Yeah, that was that Sunday game. The first game on Sunday. This one,
that was fun.
It was a fun game. I was a little disappointed the Jags couldn't pull out the upset. They were definitely able to keep pace with the Bills. The Bills did not. I was not impressed by the Bills' performance. I was more impressed by the Jags in defeat.
No, it was Josh Allen just willing it to happen because the rest of the team couldn't do anything.
Willing it to happen to some extent. However, when it came down to the ultimate drive of the game, it was in the Jacksonville Jaguars' hands, and unfortunately, Trevor Lawrence. The bad side of Trevor Lawrence came out and that final drive.
I don't blame him for that. That got tipped to shit.
Yeah, but man, you just would have preferred he do something else. Like, was there nowhere else to go with the ball?
I mean, like that. That's just that's a bad bounce. But
yeah, and still 2 interceptions by Trevor Lawrence didn't help their cause at all. Can't turn the ball over that many times.
And really, honestly, I would blame the defense for just the amount of times I just saw like they would hit the guy with the ball near the line of scrimmage, and he get an extra 6, 7, 8 yards, and they just
that's the problem with the Jags defense is they've been very turnover reliant. Like they're very good against the run, but in the past game they definitely rely on turnovers, and they could not get any on this day, and yet still. 3-point loss at home.
Close. I mean, yeah, it was close, but their defense was disappointing. Trevor was fine, but he wasn't good enough to win the game by himself. So
definitely not. And you know what? The Bills defense did do what they needed to do in terms of just keep making it hard for the Jags to score, right? Yeah. Because you look at that, they benefited from short fields. Because it's not like they had to go super long the distance. But regardless, you go next to the Eagles, Niners. This was a miserable game as an Eagles fan, not just because they lost, right? Just because, I think every Eagles fan who didn't delude themselves into thinking that the Eagles were saving their quote-unquote best plays for the playoffs. Which, if you're an Eagles fan and you thought that, you genuinely believed in your heart of hearts that they were just saving the best plays in their playbook for the playoffs, you're a fucking idiot, a fucking moron. Get your head out of your ass, okay? Because you should have known that this was going to happen. You should have known that this incredibly talented Eagles offense was going to lay an egg against a bunch of practice squatters because their offense was ran by two jackasses, right, with just no wrinkles in their brain. Either way, listen, I know that Eagles fans were disappointed that the Niners scored 23 points. Like this Eagles defense was definitely not bad in this game, but they weren't great. Like, they got Brock Purdy to turn the ball over twice. However, they fell for trick plays. They still allowed chunk plays to happen. And on a day when your defense isn't absolutely elite, lights out, making it impossible for the other team to move the ball, you need your offense to come in and be complimentary. They have not done that all year. Not one time did you think the Eagles played a complete game against a competent opponent. And, of course, when it came to that last drive, it looked like, oh, maybe the Eagles, they're in the red zone. It's 4th and 11. They call a timeout. They wasted a timeout, right, because they can't get to the line in time. All year long, by the way. They have not been able to get to the line and get a playoff with plenty of time to spare. And they run the same play that they ran 4 times in the last 10 plays that they ran. And they threw into just double coverage because there was nothing else. There was nowhere else for Jalen Hurts to go with on 4th and 11. And then, of course, Jake Elliott, this idiot, fuck it, I want him off the team too. He misses an extra point earlier in the game. If you don't miss the extra point earlier in the game, you have a chance to at least, on 4th and 11, kick the field goal, tie it up, and try to send it into overtime. Because you cannot trust this offense to go get you a touchdown. You just can't, right? So, either way, San Francisco 49ers, the beneficiary of coaching malpractice, get to advance. And I hope you get your shit kicked in because you deserve it. Next game. This one was probably the least entertaining game. This was the grossest game to watch. I just couldn't. Yeah, it's Patriots Chargers. That was.
We don't get opinions on.
Oh, yes. You guys got to have some opinions on Eagles Niners. Go for it. Did you enjoy the game? I'm sure.
It was a fun game. It was entertaining.
I found
an event that did happen. It was an event that did happen. It kind of felt like your team was going to win, and then they didn't. That was kind of funny.
I never at one point when they were trailing at no point that
hilarious in that you should never believe in him, but he kind of gets it done, but still it's like Purdy's a weird watch.
He's like a guy who I don't think would succeed anywhere other than a Kyle Shanahan.
He's like if you set the computer on normal, not easy, not hard, just on normal.
Yeah, because he made some good plays, he had some good throws, but he also made some really stupid throws in that game. He got punished for 2 of them, right?
And look, I mean, you don't want to put it all on maybe the best or second best player on the team, but AJ Brown, some of those AJ Brown moments are tough.
Yeah, well, he did have the drop. He did have 2 just absolutely crushing drops, but he wasn't the only one, right?
No, for sure. He's the guy. He's who's paid to not do that.
Yeah, and of course, I know that Eagles fans are annoyed with AJ Brown, but to these Eagles fans that are annoyed with AJ Brown, want to see him off the team, get your head out your ass. Get your head out your ass.
Remember that little kid?
Yeah. Oh, AJ, that little kid. That kid. He had one really funny thing to say about Capitulo. But this goes to any Eagles fan that wants AJ Brown off the team. You're a fucking moron. This is the best receiver in franchise history, just right there. And you want him gone. You should be taking his side because guess what? He knew that this offense was not good enough. And sure, did he look like he checked out at some point? Yeah. I don't blame him. Do you blame him? You're working with Kevin Patullo here. Now, those drops, those you can't defend those. You can't defend those drops. Devontae Smith also had a drop on that, I think on that penultimate drive. Like there's some crushing moments from the offense here.
I spent 3 hours today trying to learn how to face swap so I could get your face on that little kid talking shit on the street. And I was close, but it wasn't good enough yet. But soon I'm about to start making some terrifying videos for you guys.
Oh God. I'm terrified actually. But yeah, enough of that.
Face on his I just haven't figured out how to get your mouth to move with his. But we'll get there.
I'm sure there's got to be YouTube tutorials somewhere.
Yeah, there are. But the thing is, most of them involve the $700 package, and I'm trying to run the free package. So,
fair. There's got to be somebody out. Maybe there's like a Reddit somewhere that just they'll give you that tutorial. But yeah, the last game of Sunday, Patriots Chargers. That was just a gross game. I couldn't even get myself to like watch it.
I enjoyed that one too.
You enjoyed a 3-16 game, like that's criminal.
It might be because I didn't watch football for like 3 weeks.
I guess, but yeah, Justin Herbert, you are quickly approaching the territory like where you're just running out of like excuses, at least for the general public. Now, to Chargers fans, I know he has a terrible offensive line. Man, buddy, Justin Herbert, maybe you should start demanding a trade or something because, geez, you got nothing to work with on the offensive line. I know that your best receiver is Ladd McConkey and then the ghost of Keenan Allen.
One of my favorite things about the narrative is they're like talking about his 3 playoff games. They'll be like, he blew a 28-point lead. I'm like, wait a minute.
Listen,
how did Justin Herbert blow a 28-point lead? How does a quarterback blow a 28-point lead? Someone tell me that.
That
was his
throws
first
a bunch of interceptions. I don't know, but honestly, I'm in this weird stance where I'm like, I'm not a Justin Herbert hater. I'm not a Justin Herbert believer. Like, he has all the tools in the world.
He's fine,
and he would be great in a lot of different situations. However, in the situation that he's in, it's like he's just fine.
It's just hilarious. Fine. It's hilarious that anyone would look at that team and be like, "Oh, this is the problem."
Yeah, like he's definitely not the problem in Los Angeles. I just don't also think he's the solution, if that makes sense. But that could just be me more not having watched enough of his games, or just kind of tired of the hype that surrounds him and that has been surrounding him. I know that he has the physical talent to back up the hype. He just hasn't been able to, and a lot of that comes down to his franchise not giving him the requisite weapons. And I don't think they'll be able to with Greg Roman as the offensive coordinator. Like,
I think they fired him, right?
Did they fire him?
I think they fired him today. Yeah.
Oh man, I must have missed that on the news wire. If he's fired, then they there's. So, oh yeah, they did fire. They fired him and the offensive line coach. All right. Well, rejoice, Chargers fans, and hope that you can get some like brilliant whiz kid in there. Like, if there's a team that if there is a team that can afford to have a guy who's never called plays before,
get Mike McDaniel in there.
No, Mike McDaniel. You want to go somewhere where you can actually compete for a Super Bowl, and that would be in Philadelphia. Yeah, but this game, not much to say about it. This again. The Patriots, they're just the beneficiary of a really easy schedule. They're going to get exposed in the next round is what I want to say. I want to say it so bad, but Houston's offense is just not something I believe in. All right. Do you guys want to go ahead and move on to the divisional round? We want to preview this divisional round?
I thought Drake May was good. I thought Drake May was really fun to watch. And I'd like
Drake May is a fun quarterback to watch.
More Drake May football.
I hate the uniform that he wears.
He's a little blue collar, you know. You wouldn't quite expect that.
Who was it? I can't remember which quarterback it was. There was some quarterback this weekend that I actually heard them go back to the well of sneaky athletic. I'm just like, he's white. All right, we get it. He's white.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I
that's
think
weird because he was
Drake
like,
May's a real sneaky athletic.
I don't
guy.
know. I don't remember if it was Drake May or Josh Allen or Trevor Lawrence. It could have been any of them.
I don't think it was Josh Allen because his athleticism was too hard to ignore. That's why he went so high.
No, they
I-
just see a white guy and they immediately say sneaky athletic. They don't mean to, I don't think. That's just in their brains.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, those three
They're
specifically.
like, you wouldn't expect it based on the way he looks, but he can run.
I'm like,
He's
yeah.
got legs.
I watched them
Sorry.
in college. I know that they can run. What the fuck?
Divisional round. What do we
Right.
got?
All right. What we got in the divisional round is some fun fucking matchups. Okay. I'm gonna start with the matchups that I care least about, and then go on to the fun ones. Broncos and Bills. All right. I believe that's the first game of divisional round weekend. The Bills are on the road. Broncos 1.5 point favorites at the time of recording.
Which is basically a push.
Yeah. And I can see why. Listen, that Broncos defense is legit. I don't trust Bo Nix. I just fucking don't. That offense is well coached, as you expect a Sean Payton team to be. I just don't see it, man. Like, I can't picture that guy going forward further than this. I think now the Bills, this is the worst Bills offense that we've had in a long time, or that Josh Allen's had in a long time. But like it's basically Josh Allen versus that defense, right? Because I think the Bills defense is good enough to hang with the Broncos offense. Can the Bills offense hang with the Broncos defense? It's going to come down to that. I'm going to take the Bills in this game. I think they win a really close one. I think it's an ugly game, but they win. I think they win. And we don't have to hear about Bo Nix for a couple months.
I like that you do this where I'm gonna I'm gonna go back and edit that to be more in sync with the rest of us. I'm taking the Broncos mostly because I think they'll just hit a couple of big plays and that'll be the difference.
The problem is they haven't been able to hit big plays all
I know.
year.
All it takes is like one or two though.
They can't do. They haven't done. They probably won't have
okay.
it, right?
The
I'm putting it
basketball
out there.
teams. All right.
All right. I just don't think they can because Bo Nix always misses those deep throws. Even when they're schemed up perfectly. Bethany, do you have a dog in this fight at all?
He's taking the Buffalo Braves. So you make of that what you will.
All right. So he is
Bob McAdoo.
Bob McAdoo. Perfect. Okay. Next game up on that docket. Well, what lovely coincidence that the two playoff games that I could not care less about are happening on the same day. Seahawks Niners. Yeah, the Seahawks are going to beat the shit out of the 49ers. Not necessarily on the scoreboard. That Seahawks team is just physical. They beat up the 49ers the last time they played. The Niners are hopeful that they'll get a couple of their guys back in this game, but they're going to be without George Kittle.
Yeah.
And they might be without George Kittle permanently now with that
I would
Achilles tear.
assume so, yeah.
That might be the end of George Kittle as far as we know.
Well, this year for sure. Yeah.
For sure. I mean, and next year, right? Like we probably won't see him again until he's 34 years old. And
That might be someone ready for TV.
Oh, for sure. Matter of fact, he might be ready for wrestling. He might be ready to go into the wrestling ring.
Yeah. That checks out.
And you're like, you don't need your Achilles. You don't need to be like a freak athlete to be a wrestler. I'll tell you that. Now, is there a path to victory for the 49ers? Yeah, that their offense somehow, some way.
The path to victory is Sam Darnold.
Yeah, Sam Darnold, of course, throwing like 2 interceptions.
And I'm going to say right now, I'm picking Seattle to win, but easily could see Darnold throwing this away.
Oh, for sure. Right? Like, I don't think anybody should have any faith in Sam Darnold. Sure, the last 2 years in the regular season, it's been great until he's not. But then his team's kind of been able to bail him out. I think they'll be able to bail him out against the 49ers. The 49ers should not be here based on what their defense looks like, and yet they are here because what the Eagles' offense looked like.
The last
So,
few years,
anyway,
they've done a great job of competing through a ton of injuries and just weird stuff.
this one
They're
is
just
Kyle
always
Shanahan's
around.
magnum opus as a coach, in my opinion, simply because of all the injuries that they've had. Shame, like if
Yeah,
he had
more
a full.
competitive version of what Tomlin's been
And
doing.
both
Yeah.
of your wide receivers became useless instantly overnight, kind of. That was kind of crazy. They just brushed that off.
Yeah, we're just gonna keep brushing that off. Give me the Seahawks. Give me the Seahawks.
That's what I'm taking, but I wouldn't be surprised either way on this one.
I would be shocked. But yeah, I'm gonna hope that my hater energy towards the Niners really brings their downfall. Brings about their downfall. Okay, this game. I'm actually very, very excited for this game. It's Patriots-Texans. Watching this Texans defense just line up and beat the ever-loving dog shit out of the offense is a lot more fun than I thought it would be. Because early in the season, they were just kind of a miserable team to watch because their offense was so bad. But as the year progressed, that defense was just so frenetic, aggressive. They don't disguise anything. They just line up and they say, you know what? You're not better than us. We're going to smack the dog shit out of you. And then they do. And all they ask in return from their offense is just don't fuck it up. And I can't think of a more perfect opponent for the Texans to advance to the AFC title game than the Patriots. 4-3 Patriots. It is as fraudulent of a 14-3 as we've seen in some time, because you look at those opponents that they've played, and I'm flabbergasted at how easy that schedule was for them. Granted, they did what you're supposed to do. You beat the bad teams and you compete against the good teams, and hopefully you can get one on one of these good teams. I don't see a world where this Patriots offense is able to just blow out this Texans offense, right? I think the Texans offense is just mediocre enough to really put points on this Patriots defense, which is not that impressive. Everything to me leans in the favor of the Texans. I know that the Patriots are 3-point favorites at home. CJ Stroud hasn't been doing well. He's just been doing okay. I'm just gonna believe that DeMeco Ryans has these defenders ready to kick the shit out of Drake May. I expect this game to also be like a 10-3 game.
Yeah, it comes down to one of a couple of things. Either one of the offenses is able to crack the code once or twice, or one of the defenses gets enough turnovers to get points out of it.
And who do you believe will be the beneficiary?
I'm taking New England because I just will never trust Houston to win a playoff game. So
That's next week. That's next week's part.
I mean, they did
You're
win a
jumping
playoff
to the
game.
script. You're jumping to the script too early.
fine, but mostly I just think New England's better.
Nothing that New England has done has made me believe that they're a better team. But other than just have a better record, right?
New England feels like a fluke. Texans have a good defense. CJ Stroud will fuck it up next week. I got the Texans.
There we go. All right. And finally, the other game that I am excited for, it is Bears. It is Rams. You have two offensive gurus, masterminds, geniuses, whatever you want to label them, going up against each other. The Rams, with old man Matthew Stafford, trying to win one more Super Bowl, maybe potentially right off into the sunset. And then you have the Bears, one of the most unlikely 2 seeds in the NFC. This is a team that has been playing from behind quite a bit, right? They don't start off games too hot. Their defense is not very good, and that offense takes a while to get going, and yet they managed to find ways to win the game. Caleb Williams he's making the throws that got him drafted first overall. Like, these are the reasons why he got drafted first overall. Some of the insane, just off-platform throws, weird angles that he's throwing from, and he's making it all work, right? The Bears, listen, I get that they had a weak finish to their season against the Niners and the Lions, but now They managed to get one off on the Packers, come from behind, 25 points in the fourth quarter. I look at this Rams defense. This Rams defense's number one weakness is their back seven. Their back seven is not something that they can necessarily rely on drive to drive. I know their defensive line is kind of the focal point of that defense. Bears' offensive line isn't as bad as it's been, right? Now you look on the offensive side of the ball for the Rams. That is where their bread and butter is, right? You may not have like 100% Devontae Adams. You may not have 100% Matthew Stafford, 100% Puka Nacua. Doesn't matter. They still manage to put points on the board. Sean McVay just finds ways to orchestrate this offense regardless of the limitations of his players. So that said, as much as I would love the Bears to win this game, because I will have like an underdog to kind of root for on the NFC side of things, I think the Rams pull this one out. I still think the Rams pull this one out. They are 3.5-point favorites on the road. Although I think this one's going to be a high-scoring affair. I won't be shocked if the Bears win, though. I will not be shocked. Patrick.
No, I'm with you. I think the Rams just have more talent overall, and I think that'll play out.
Bethke?
Oh, obviously the Lakers. I mean, the Rams are going to win this one.
Are you not pulling for the Bears a little bit? They did help you with your hate watch last week.
Nah, thank you. Goodbye. I mean, I don't care if they win. That's
it wasn't
cool,
about them.
Yeah, it was never about them.
Yeah, but I'm like, listen, if somebody helped me out, I'm like, all right, you can
Did
have my support here.
Did they win all three against Green Bay?
They won 2.
This is
No,
what have you
out of
done for
3.
me
They
lately?
didn't really do. And they didn't earn.
What they did for him lately was beat the Packers twice.
No, yesterday they didn't do shit. So
Oh man, all
But
right.
they did give me a lot of jokes on the internet because of Lil Wayne's tweet about them.
what did he say?
Caleb Williams.
Oh yeah,
Caleb Williams beat the Packers and Lil Wayne got homophobic on Twitter.
which is so funny because there's a
That's
very
too bad.
famous
I thought
video
this
of
was-
Lil Wayne kissing a man on the lips.
thought this was gonna be a fun story.
No, it's okay. Lil Wayne already apologized to him too. It's already fine. It's okay.
I'm sorry I called you an F.
No, he didn't quite go that far, so it was fine. It was still redeemable, but it was definitely still homophobic. So he had to ride that line there.
Vroom, 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 vroom.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go for our picks for the divisional round. Now, guys,
Worth mentioning,
What's worth
in the
mentioning?
wild card round, Bethke got 2 correct, C's got 3 correct, and me and Jesus got 4 correct.
you guys had all of 4 picks, right?
No, there were 6 total.
6. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh shit, I went 500. Okay, fair enough. Oh, I should have known better than the pick.
I was the only one who picked New England, and that was the only claim to fame I had.
Is this on our Google Docs sheet?
Yeah, I just filled in your picks for you based on what you
thanks, sir.
said.
All right, perfect. Well, with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and give my Eagles eulogy. Rest in shit, Kevin Patullo. You ruined a fantastic assortment of talent on offense. I hope I never see you ever again. Ever. I hope that your coaching career is done. You can go be a landscaper, go be a janitor, go flip burgers, go contribute to society in some positive way that does not involve the game of football. And Nick Sirianni, if you ever hire one of your friends again, ever, I will fly up there. I will climb the rocky steps, and then I'm going to run down the rocky steps. I'm going to run through the NovaCare complex, and I'm going to punch you in the face for being a jackass. Yeah, it was an okay season, I guess. It was miserable watching them on offense, great watching them on defense, and I'm sure they're going to find ways to piss me off next season. I can't wait. Fuck Kevin Patullo, Nick Sirianni. You can also go fuck yourself. Go Birds. Let's move on to the next part of the show. Thank you very much.
Is this the first time in our podcast history that we won't have a team in the Super Bowl because Caesar's team didn't make it?
No, 2023.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Well,
think,
is this as far as it's gone?
This is the shortest it's gone.
Yeah.
This is the shortest it's gone because I believe in 2023 the Cowboys were in the divisional round. Were they not?
No.
They may have had the bye that year. No, they changed it. They expanded it. Yeah, they expanded it. Well, I think they were 2 or 3.
They have not been the 1 seed in the new in the new.
Yeah, they have not. Yeah, they haven't been in the new version.
Okay,
it's only
so
one bye week.
2023, both of your teams were in the playoffs, were they not? Or am I misremembering there?
They might have been. Yeah, they were probably in the playoffs. They may have hosted a game.
23, 24 playoffs.
Let's
Dallas
look
It's
into
the Green
got
this.
Bay
beat
one,
by
right?
Green Bay, 48-32,
Yeah,
In what round though?
what a funny score.
first round.
But it was
In the wild card?
Was it a 2-7 or a 3-6?
It was a 2-7. Dallas the 2.
Yeah. That's what he's thinking. He's thinking of he's misremembering the bye weeks.
Y'all went 14-2, right?
No.
13-3? Or was it 12-4? Sorry,
No,
12.
I think it was
12-5.
12-5. Yeah, they weren't even that good of a 2 seed. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. There was the 32-48. What about the Vikings? Were they in the? They
They
in
were
the
not in the
playoffs,
playoffs that year.
Okay, so yeah, because I know the Eagles got bounced in the wild card as well in that year. So this is the shortest. This is tied for the shortest since we started recording. So yeah,
Damn, you guys lost to the Bucks.
yeah, we did.
Tom Brady. All right.
Yep.
Well, I think
Dumbass.
that'll just about wrap up this week's professional, quote unquote, professional football segment. We will be back with a part 2 to cover the other professional football, but pretends it isn't segment, and maybe a little bit of basketball if you're lucky. Thought I was ready to hit the button. There it is.
Oh.
Oh, wait.
Bucks kids.
Man, this is getting.
Oh.
There's a lot of vamps.
Oh.
I have no idea what this video is, but we're gonna make it the outro.
Okay.
Wasting your time, drinking that wine, smoking that smoke, doing that coke.